Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Grizzlies on the Hunt with Psychic Medium Kelly Joe. How you doing, Kelly?
I'm good. I'm
Welcome,
excited
everybody.
about
Good.
tonight.
Hello, Irene. Hello, Standing Stones. Hello, Denise. Welcome to the show. Hello,
Hello,
Lucy.
everybody.
Hello, Kelly. Hello, Brenda. Let's see, Luna. Welcome, and Peter. Welcome to the show. Nice to have you there, Peter. So, Kelly, and so Peter actually reached out to me, and I reached out to you, and he has a question, and I gave you the question. Hello,
Okay.
Kelly from UK, and hello, Facebook user. Peta is from UK as well. So I gave Peter, Kelly, or Peter, Kelly Joe, all your information. So Kelly Joe is going to do her thing and answer your question. So, yes. So there you go, Kelly. It's all you.
Okay. Well, this man, he is deceased. Uh, he committed suicide. He couldn't hang on anymore. He has a feeling of a addictive compulsive personality. Um, and he's doing fine now. He goes, my brain isn't broken anymore. I'm all better now. I cross quickly. My grandmother and uncle, and there's somebody who's named Jack that's with him. I don't know who Jack is, but there's a Jack with him. And they crossed him over. And then there's like a retriever came to fetch him.
You said a retriever. Is that a golden retriever?
And
You
if
broke
you're
up.
no, it's a black retriever,
Okay.
a Labrador.
Okay.
And if he has electrical equipment issues, that's his friend trying to get a hold of him. Let him know that he's okay.
Yes, Kelly Joe is a psychic medium. That is correct. Peter, does this resonate with you at all, Peter? So tonight topic, welcome Lucy to the show. He says, I sure do. So do you have any other questions? 100% spot on thus far. Do you have any other questions, Peter, for Kelly? Hello, Joanne Jackson. Welcome to the show.
I hope it helped you, Peter.
So tonight's show, we are talking about, and we're going to discuss dreams. So yes, and we'll get to you, Kelly, here towards the end. Absolutely. Kelly, did he try to change his mind at all? Peter wants to know.
He was adamant he was going to do her. He wasn't going to change his mind. I'm sorry.
Okay. Sorry to hear that, Peter. I know that's a question a lot of people sometimes do ask, hesitation or not, but unfortunately, but hopefully this gives you some validation and peace. So Crazy Witch, here
Yeah,
comes Crazy Witch along the outside of the
he
ring.
is.
He's coming in
He
third
is.
place. So Peter says he was taking his own life. He did change his mind. Life, did he change his mind and did he suffer? So
He didn't change his mind, and no, he didn't suffer.
well, that's good. And Joanne Jackson says she is from Great Britain too. Hello, Aussie Sue.
Oh,
Welcome to the
cool.
show. Nice to have you. So yeah. So dreams and Kelly, we'll come back to you, Kelly, and we'll answer your question. So dreams. So everybody has dreams. Some people dream in black and white. Some people dream in color. So what do you think about dreams?
Well, they help you work out things in your life, and also your passed on people can visit you in your dreams because that's when you're quietest. So, like if you have a loved one that passed over, they can come and see you in your dreams.
Now, I always recommend,
And
Kelly, that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Sometimes dreams can be literal. They can tell you what's happening in your life.
Also, tell people to always keep a pad of paper next to the bed and number 2 pencil so they can write down their dreams. So, I
Right.
think that's very important. So, yes. Hello, Tiffany. Welcome to the show. Crazy Witch. FDL Paranormal, welcome. Denise, I dream in color but don't remember them. I keep a journal just in case I do remember. That's right. Kelly, I've always I've had that. I have been having a dream where one of my family members have come to visit me. So yes,
And they really are. Absolutely. Oh, thank you for the subscription, Tiffany, on my YouTube. You guys can all see my little things on YouTube. Kelly Joe Psychic on YouTube. Something that helps you remember your dreams. If you don't have a cat that'll knock it over, put a glass of water next to the bed. It'll help you remember your dreams. And then if you remember your dreams, don't get up to go to the bathroom until you write it down, because when you piddle, you piddle your dream away.
really, well, that's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, you like if
I,
you go in the bathroom, you say, I'll remember, and you piddle, it's all gone.
that's very interesting. So the different types of dream states. What are those means, and what are they, and so forth.
Well, I'm not an expert, but there's like the when you go to REM sleep, that's usually when you dream. And there's a thing called lucid dreaming where you can interact back into your dream. Like you can get up, go to the bathroom, and then lucid dream back into your dream. And you can do actions in your dream and change the outcome. Like, say you're having a nightmare and you can lucid dream and confront what your monster is, and you can tell it to go away or whatever.
Peter says, my mom passed away in December. I feel like she would have been waiting for Craig to give him a whipping when he got up there for breaking all of our hearts.
She probably gave him a good talking to.
Hi, Grizz. Hi, Standing Stone. Hi, Liana. Kelly Joe. Everybody saying hello
So,
to you.
hi.
Go ahead.
Hello, everybody. Um, you why don't you guys start sharing your dream and we'll interpret it?
So, yeah. So, what type of dreams have you all been having? That's the question, right? So,
Right.
do y'all dream in color? Do y'all dream in black and white? Do you dream where you're falling?
Oh, and
Also
when you dream
dreams. Yeah,
when you dream that you're falling, you're going back into your body.
really.
Yeah, because you're re-entering your body.
Well, that's interesting.
Another thing, flying dreams are astral travel. When you dream that you're flying, you're astral traveling.
Well, let's drum up some music here for Tiffany. Tiffany says she's going to share a dream. All right,
good.
Tiffany. Denise says she's walking around naked. No one notices, and I can't find my clothes. Wow. I don't know what to say on that one.
Well, that's a feeling of exposure, and but people don't think as much about what you're thinking about as what you're thinking about they're thinking about. So that's what that is.
Yeah, throw it out there, Peter. We'll put you in line and we'll interpret your dream with Craig. Absolutely. Lucy says, always about my ex-husband who divorced me 20 years ago, like he wants to come back.
Well, it sounds like you didn't have closure yet.
I know, Kelly Elliott. I know, right? I couldn't help from laughing either. Crazy Witch, Tiffany, I can control my dreams. Pretty cool. Just something I've always been able to do. Yolanda, welcome to the show there. Interest info about getting back into your body. I know, I did not know that. So yes. Liana, God, I wish I could remember even one of my dreams. I tried to tell myself to remember before I fall asleep, but haven't worked so far. I've been doing this for like 3 years now. That's okay. You're not the only one. So, hi, you're crazy, Lady Wolf. And Lucy says, and you probably won't find your clothes. So, well, hopefully she finds at least a leaf. So Peter says, I keep having a dream that Craig is being attacked and murdered by a group of people, and I'm trying to stop it. End up with my arms cut to bits from the knives, but I don't save him.
Well, that's basically you were dreaming about his own demons and his thoughts, and you wanted to save him, but you couldn't because he had to save himself. So that was like a true dream.
Wow, that's interesting. Tiffany says, I was a little boy in a tribe, and we had to pick up a floating house in a row of houses on a river. The house had a symbol and it cursed everyone. I went to hide.
I believe that was a real life.
Okay. I went to hide, and my grandpa started axing in the house. My dad looked under the house and saw it was me and remembered he loved me, and everyone woke up. This was under a full moon, she says.
Well, I think that was a past lifetime. And she was a little boy in a Native American Indian tribe. And they did the symbol on the house as protection. That's what I think.
Wow. And he also tried to chop off my legs. Kelly Elliott, my cousin Paul passed away quite a while ago. And he comes to me in a dream, and I see him in heaven, and he's an angel.
Well, you really do see him. He is, healed and okay.
Peter also says, I also keep dreaming Craig is shaking my shoulder, trying to wake me up, and tells me, I'm sorry I effed up. Then he tries to tell me something else, but then he fades away.
That's really him. When you first pass on, it's hard for entity to modulate because they don't know how to handle the energies. Like one time I was doing a reading and the lady didn't tell me that their person passed away like just 2 days ago, and they sounded like they were muffled and underwater, and I couldn't hear them clearly because they didn't know how to modulate. Same way with the energetics of speaking and talking and coming in dreams. that takes an ND a lot of energy.
So that's why he's not
He'll be
able to
able
get out a message.
right, and he'll tell you the rest of it when he can modulate better.
Well, that's good to know. Okay. Tiffany says, I've been told I lived as a Native American before. Well, that makes sense, and she believes it.
Yes.
Peter says, I
Many
really need to
lives.
know what the second thing he's
Many lives.
Peter says, I really need to know what the second thing is that he's saying. It's like it was muffled. Yeah, so that's what she's referring to. So, Kelly, what paranormal gift is? I can hear guys having conversations, but I can't always work out what they're saying, but I can't see ghosts. What is that?
Well, she's more audio, clairaudient. That's how she perceives stuff, you know. And I bet she hears better from the right ear than the left ear. So ask them to clarify when they're trying to give you a message.
That's very interesting. Now, do you, Kelly, actually hear better than one ear than the other, the right ear? I would like to know. Inquiring minds
You
would like to
can.
know.
I'm telling, but I'm telling it's her. Yeah.
Denise, also, my dad comes to me in my dreams and told me your mom never told you this, but you were born with gifts. My mom passed away when I was 11, never knew that at the moment, what that meant.
Well, it means that you're gifted. You have a gift of psychic abilities, and you can also see dead people. So that's what he meant.
Very interesting. Sorry to hear that, Denise. That was awful young. Peter, I've been told many times that I have the
Sorry about
gift,
your
but I have
mom,
to
losing
figure
your
out
mom
how to
early.
unlock it. Yes, that is terrible. So Peter's also been told he's got the gift, but he just got to figure out how to unlock it, as an
Yes.
example. So,
Yeah, like, trust your dreams because they're right. You get a lot of things in your dreams. And he has the ability to see dead people.
Peter, do you see dead people? Denise is light and just look at her smile and her eyes, they shine. Lady Wolf, Grizzly, the only dream that ever troubled me was a little
Yes.
girl. Dreamt of going off local bridge constantly. Old metal great bridge, can
Yes.
look through, see water, and I hate bridges. Wow.
Well, you actually, yes, some are more open and allow themselves to be open. Yes, Tiffany. I believe that you really did fall off a bridge. Um, it feels like in the 1920s. That's for Lady Wolf.
You know, it's really interesting. Peter just said he could walk by a house or a building, and it's like he can feel electricity coming from it, like there's a spirit stuck in there. So that's very interesting, Peter.
Well, it probably is. You can feel it.
Kelly
So
says
you're
also I had, I'm sorry, there's a delay. Go ahead, Kelly Joe.
um, yeah, because he can sense. He's a sensor. Okay, Kelly says she has another dream when my cousin came to me in a dream and warned me that he was going to be in a bad accident. So that the next day I was in the car on the motorway, and all of a sudden this Lauren nearly came into us, and my nose went to see if she is. I think it was my cousin trying to warn me.
Hmm.
Yes. Action warning.
Peter also says, I can feel the buzz, electricity comes from it, especially if it's negative entity. See, I have indeed seen spirit, Peter says. And Lady Wolf says, oh, wow. Yolanda, Lady Wolf, that's probably how you died. Yeah, I do believe in that. Standing Stones, Peter, this would get you, get it all the time, you know, when and how to avoid stuff. Tiffany, Peter, everything has a vibration and frequency. Tiffany is correct. Kelly Joe, Lady Wolf says thank you on that dream. Tiffany, Crazy Witch, 100%. Lady Wolf,
You're
Kelly
welcome.
Joe, taken to the doctors, but no resolve. Eventually grew out of it, but trembled with bridges. Thank you again for the info. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. We have
You're welcome.
Stingray sliding in the rear coming up. And Lauren, hello. Welcome to the show,
Hello.
Lauren.
Hello, everybody.
Standing Stones. My dad passed away 3 days after I turned 13. He was only 48 years old. And he's been so sick from the Army service in Burma, World War II. Sorry to hear that. Everybody's saying hello to everybody right now. I'm trying to catch up with the comments. Kelly Elliott. So, sorry if you can understand my writing, but I have autism and dyslexia service sometimes. It's hard for me to spell. Don't worry about that, because if it wasn't for spell check, I don't know where I would be. So I'm right there with you.
Right.
Peter,
I'm very
Tiff, not at all
dyslexic
times.
myself.
Well, we all are, you know. So, Lady Wolf, Yolanda, I was thinking it too. Very horrible. Sorry to hear that. Yes. So, you know, and that's one of the things I try to explain to people is that, you know, when you have those sensations, you are picking up on vibrations and frequencies. And that is a compass inside of you that is being turned on and off. And I don't think people actually realize that sometimes. Kelly Elliott says, thank you very much. Tiffany, many names for many things. So, yes.
You're welcome. Right. Right. Because everything has a vibration, everything has an energy, like Tiffany says. And if you're open, you can feel it. You know, when I was a little girl, I didn't know how to turn it on and off, and I could pass a house and hear what was going on in the houses when I drive past them.
Oh, that's crazy. Christina, welcome to the show. Hello there. Welcome. Now, that's one thing I couldn't handle. Now, large amount of gifted people have some form of learning difficulty. Yes, they do. I have learned that during the journey of speaking and learning them.
All right.
Kelly, go ahead,
let's
Kelly.
Have some more people share some dreams here, guys.
Yeah.
Everybody share some more
dreams.
Dreams. We'll interpret them.
Standing Stone says, Kelly Joe, talk about more about you going into hospitals and getting attacked about spirits and stuff hanging out there. They're more interested in you going to hospitals and visiting people and clearing them out. So yeah. So
oh yeah, I see spirits everywhere.
She is the one, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you that you need to take her on a paranormal investigation. She is looking for a team down there in Royal Palm Beach, because she can go to a graveyard and be like, look at that trombone player over there. Look at that person over there. She can see them. And this is the one that I said, that goes to hospitals and has problems visiting people because she sees things. So, yes. So here's one for you. Lauren, welcome to the show. My dad was born in 1933. Came down with polio at 6 weeks old. He passed in 1980 when I was 11. He was 47 years old when he passed from a stroke during a surgery. I'm sorry to hear that, hon.
Oh,
really
sorry
do.
to hear that.
Most musicians are dyslexic, Stingray says. Lucy says she has one that still bothers her today. Her mom passed away 23 years ago, and that she said I had buried and she was still alive. I'm not sure what to make of this. My mom passed 23 years ago, and that she said I had her buried and she was still alive. Was that a dream that you had, Lucy?
Did you have a? I don't understand what she's asking. She
I
said
don't
that she
either.
said that she had her buried when she was still alive. In your dream, well, maybe you guys were having a bad um, communication or something, and she didn't feel heard. She felt like you buried her, and she wasn't heard in some conversation or something. Was your relationship um, a hard relationship or something? That's the only thing that I can think of.
No, she says my mom said that she was still alive.
She felt unseen.
Wow. You know, sometimes is
In
it
the dream,
possible?
she died. I'm trying.
Did you dream this, Lucy?
Now, it's this. Well, if their mom is dead and she's saying she's still alive, energy is neither created nor destroyed. It goes on. And maybe she's saying she still loves you.
She said yes. After she passed, she came to me in a dream and said that.
Okay. But did she have a bad relationship with her before she died? Was your relationship strained?
It was hard.
Okay. Well, in other words, she felt like she wasn't heard and that she was like you buried her and she was still alive. You didn't hear her while she was alive. That's what that dream means.
Tiffany dreams, she says, an alien in line of aliens like a Holocaust vibe, people making the third eye area with a fiery brand like merges to suppress us, calling us evil, but most humans couldn't see the fire. Now, to me, that sounds like a, what do you call it, premonition?
Yeah, it does. It sounds like futuristic or something weird like that.
I'm trying to keep up with all the comments. I have those two, Lucy. It was hard.
I
Lauren, I have orbs around me all the time. Okay. Go ahead, Kelly Joe. Welcome, Agent Smith, to
yes,
the
she's
show.
very
Yolanda, after my mom passed away, I always had dreams of her, but couldn't see her face. And just before she turned around, I would wake up. What does that mean?
well. It means she couldn't see her face.
Is that like a
She
sign of
couldn't have a
something?
good conversation. No, it's just it's still a broken string of communication, even after death, in dreams.
Agent Smith, I've been very sick and I was hospitalized. They thought I had cancer. I was going through a lot. I'm glad to have you back, Agent Smith. I'm sorry to hear
Uh,
that.
Prayers.
Stingray, he says every time I pick up a magazine, you always go to the back of the magazine, the last page first. Don't Chinese people do that or Japanese people? Don't they read backwards from books or magazines or write backwards?
I don't know.
So yeah, I have to ask
I don't
Irene
know.
that.
I know that some cultures write from left to right, you know.
Yeah, so we want more of your dreams, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Grizzlies on the Hunt with Psychic Medium Kelly Joe. This edition is brought to you by Western Kentucky Bigfoot and Paranormal Investigations, LLC, by Don Wyden. Thank you, sir, for another edition. Greatly appreciated. So we are talking and discussing dreams. And Norma, Stingray, and everybody is talking about different types of dreams. And it's very interesting because dreams do have meanings, ladies and gentlemen.
Totally.
And, we always tell people to keep a pad, a paper, and a number two pencil. And why is it a number two pencil instead of mechanical or a pen next to the bed?
Well, it's easier to write and it's more solid and it helps transfer better.
And does it has to do anything with a closer to nature with using a number 2 pencil?
Maybe. I don't
Because there
know.
are some people. And that's really weird, Kelly, that Elliot just brought that up, because we're going to discuss something on next week's show. And you are along that subject, what we were talking about before we went on the air. So
Yeah.
Kelly says, I had one of my birds passed away last week, and I had a dream that a bird was in heaven.
And he
Now,
totally
ladies
is.
and gentlemen, animals and pets, they do cross over. So absolutely.
And they cross over with us. Somebody was asking that about, they dreamed of a place that they'd never been before. And how did they know it? Well, that's called a precognitive dream. And you see it before you go there. And then somebody was asked about awake dream. That's called lucid dreaming. So
now, lucid dreaming, they actually make movies from. I've seen movies made from lucid dreaming. So
there you go.
So people in here are correct. Yes, standing stones, they are. A lot of people in here do have some abilities. Yeah, so the Chinese read from left to right. That's what I thought. Or is it right to left? No, left to right. Or is it right to left? No, we read from left to right.
Right.
Somebody reads from right to left. I can't remember who it is. Anthony Lewis, welcome back to the show. And Anthony says, I had a dream of place. Yeah, that's what we just talked about. Okay. I'm trying to catch up to all the new comments here. So, yes, I'm that far behind. So, what we're going to do, we're going to go backwards. Japanese read top to bottom. That's what it is. Thank you.
Okay.
After my bird passed away, all of a sudden, I got very itchy nose and had paranormal experience in the house. Do you think it was a bird crossing over?
Yes.
And after my dad passed away, all of a sudden I got a very itchy nose and had a paranormal experience in the house. So yeah, so you got something with an itchy nose and people and things crossing over. That's very interesting.
Okay, somebody's saying, let's see, about I lost it. Whoops.
There's one for you, Christina. My dream is about my brother. He passed. He pulls my toes and says, let's go to the bathroom. I woke up and the bathroom light is on.
It's really him playing a joke on you.
Wow. This year is my mom's 10-year anniversary, so her death hasn't been a good year so far for me. I'm sorry, Agent Smith. I hate to hear that. Really do. Feather tickles noses Kelly. Anthony, is it possible for a person to freeze dreams as they're having it?
Yes. Yes. And you can re-enter your dream.
I don't know if my wife would like my dress. Do what? I'm lost, Terry.
I don't know. I am too.
HM Genships wrote top to down. Japanese reads top to bottom. So,
Okay.
sorry, I didn't mean to say dad. I meant burnt. My phone's playing me up. That's all right, Kelly. I get played up all the time. So do not feel bad. Since we've been talking about dreams, I keep getting an itchy nose and won't stop. Well, what does that mean, Kelly? You better tell me.
Well, she must be picking up on psychically, so
I know.
calm yourself down.
What on? So Israel read right to left. That's what it is. Israel. I knew it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. I was just about to Google that, Lauren. That just drives me nuts when I don't fact check myself, when somebody don't fact check me.
When I was a little girl, I used to write backwards, and you could hold it up to the mirror, and you could read it. I did that until I was in second grade.
What?
I freaked my teachers all out.
If I was one of
there
your
was
teachers,
absolutely nothing wrong with me.
I'd be taking this to school with me and be like, hey, Kelly, as soon as you turn around, be like,
Yeah, I went
So,
to all
yes.
kinds of doctors and got tested and everything, and there's nothing wrong with me. I just did that.
Well, I didn't say nothing was wrong with you, but I'm just saying that freaked me out. So Denise wants to know, why is it that I can sometimes continue my dream night after night for a while? Now that I want to know.
What you're trying to do is you're trying to resolve a situation, and you'll keep instant repeating it until you resolve it. It's your
Is that like
subconscious trying to resolve the issue.
is that like the first 50 dates?
Yeah, there you go.
Kelly says, I don't know. Kelly, you better keep me posted on that itchy nose. Oh my gosh.
That's her telltale of. It's like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That's how she picks up on energies.
Denise says, thank you. How's the cat balls? They are in a box. They're not sitting around my studio nowhere, so they don't turn on. Kelly, I had one yesterday. Well, I think it was yesterday, wasn't it, Yolanda? That we were in the middle of a conversation and it turned on by itself. So I had to put them up and remove them. So yes. Yeah, those
It's your
ghost ball
ghosties.
things. I know it.
Yeah,
I
it's your
know it.
ghosties.
And it was, yeah, no, I'm good. So yeah, absolutely. So unbelievable. But yeah, keep me
Well,
posted, Kelly Elliott. She's laughing now. So yeah, so next
LOL.
week's show, what would you say we're going to do it on? Because she nailed it. Is we're going to
We're
do it
going
on
to do
what?
animal communication. Animal
Yes.
communication.
Now I actually interviewed
So if
somebody.
you want to know about your
What? Anthony said, "Could someone Kelly knows talking
what?
about the way that someone way? Could someone Kelly knows talking about that way, some way, some I don't know. Maybe I'm reading it wrong.
I
Anthony,
don't
break that down a
understand
little
it
more
either.
to it. Lauren says I'm left-handed. So Lauren, so you know why? We were actually every human being wrote left-handed. Do you know why we wrote left-handed? It's because back then we used fountain pens and quills. And if you wrote right-handed, you would actually smear your words as you wrote. That's why people wrote left-handed. That is a fact. So yes,
Didn't know
Kelly
that.
Elliott, yes, that is true. That's why some people today still write left-handed. They just do. They just take up left-handed when they're younger. But back then, when we used to write, and when you write, right, you would write and your hand would smear the words. But if you're left-handed, as you write, you would not cross over the words you wrote. You would not get ink on you. So yes.
Wow.
Kelly, I have cat balls in the house, and I keep asking my cousin to try to set them off, but he won't do it. I don't know why. Well, Kelly, I'll tell you this. Now, I have asked my Jackie, I have asked my dolls to do things on command, and they don't do it. Now, I have had people on the shows, they love to entertain, and they'll do it when they want to do it. Or they will ask them to do it while I'm on the air, and they will do it for them, but not me. So I do not understand either. So, Grizz, I sent you another photo to our group chat if Kelly wouldn't mind taking a look. She actually don't need a look. Just put out the name on there. And
What does he want?
and let's see here. Ask her. Just type it out there. And she would let you know what she thinks. Anthony, someone Kelly knows is talking them that knows. Oh, Okay, so the old wise tale, when somebody's talking about you, your nose itches. When you're going to come into money, your palm itches. When your ear itches, I
Right.
forgot what
Okay.
that means. I got you now. Good to know.
Somebody's talking about you too if your ear itches.
Yeah, okay. I got you now. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a little slow. So you have to bear with me there for a moment. I would personally ask spirits to do things, but just because I feel like it opens doors, it does open doors. Lauren, I'm an artist and I have to be careful when I'm working on projects because I can smear it with my hand. That is correct. See, absolutely. Maybe bad experiences. My mom, Linda Hasty, and he wants to know, what is your question about Linda, Peter? I already
Is
talked
that
about
his
that
mom?
agent. Yes,
The lady's name is his mom, right?
yes.
Yeah. She's come to him in dreams and stuff.
Ask the question, Peter. Uh, so Peter says, "How is she?" Number one. Number two, they said she passed from pneumonia, but I believe she had cancer of the bowel. And is she okay? And was it cancer?
She's fine. She's fine. But yes, she was sick before she died. That's what killed her. Um, and she's fine. She's going to come to you in a dream. And yeah, she likes to hang out you got a spare bedroom and and then also she hangs out in the hallway. There's a hallway where a bathroom is and she hangs out there. I don't know what she'd be drawn to there. And then the left hand side of the living room. That's what I'm seeing.
Kelly Joe, when did you realize you had abilities?
Oh, since I was a little kid, I've been seeing dead people since I was 2.
Yolanda says,
And
I
she's
heard about
totally
that with the quill pen. Yes. Go ahead, Kelly. I'm sorry.
healthy and fine. She picks the age of 30. That's her perfect age.
And do you think it was cancer that she passed from?
Yeah, she was very ill.
So I'll say this, Peter. A lot of people know and don't want to go through the hassles. And just because we'll use AIDS. That is a good example. You don't die from, or you don't die with AIDS, you die from AIDS. Does that make sense? The complications. Lauren, can you tell anyone in my family is around me and who it is?
Is your mom passed away? I get a mother figure around her. And then who was who was Dolores? There's somebody with the name of Dolores.
I heard
Blonde
bells.
hair. Okay. And then there's also a lady with blonde hair, bangs, and cat eyeglasses. And then there's gentlemen that were in the army. There's 2 gentlemen that were in the army. One was World War One, and one was World War Two. There we go.
See, I wasn't the only one that heard bells too, and it was not in my studio. Do you have bells at your house, Kelly Joe?
No.
I heard bells. like bells were ringing. Yes.
I mean,
My
I have
half
wind
sister.
chimes, but they weren't.
No, they weren't wind chimes. They were bells. They
Right.
were. Yeah, I know the difference between wind
I
chimes and
heard the
bells.
bells like a dawn. Yeah. But
Yes.
they told me the name Dolores to tell you Dolores. Because that name wasn't connected to anybody. I just get names. So there you go.
Let's see here. I was sitting on the couch and the sun got poked on my nanny real hard. And can you ask you what that was? The sun, my son or son? I was sitting on the couch and my son got poked on my nanny really hard. Can you tell me who asked you that? What? Oh, your son got poked really hard. Okay, I got you.
I, I feel like that's not good to poke a child. It feels like a male energy.
Kelly, has the dad ever come up to you and said, "Can you see me?"
Yeah, in the hospital. I'm dead. God damn it.
So yeah,
Yeah, you're
Joanne
very dead.
Jackson, I heard
Yes.
bells too. So yes. Yeah, so that was very interesting. That is the second time in my entire life I heard bell. Uh,
Now, yep, I heard him too. Now there was one more girl. We got a little bit of time. There was the girl with the blonde hair. Oh, I don't remember her name. She wanted something. She asked me
Joanne Jackson.
about picking up on something. Where is her? It's girl. What did you want to know? I know she wanted something to retype what you want to know.
Yeah, hey Kelly, could I ask if my dad got a message, please, for me? Joanne Jackson. She want to know if her dad's
What
got a message
anniversary
for her.
is coming? It can be a birthday, death day, an anniversary. There's an anniversary coming up, and he's saying he's congratulating you on something. There's like a congratulations in order. I have no idea what it is. And then he goes, "There's going to be a neat surprise." Giggle, giggle.
Uh-oh. Welcome, Robert, to the show. 20 years he died. So, Standing Stones, you did miss them. The other time I heard bells is when my father and I was out in the middle of the woods walking, and it sounded like somebody stood between us, deer hunting, as we were walking, and rung the hell out of the bell. And
Oh,
we stopped and we looked at each other and
wow.
we're like, "What?" So yeah, that's
Wow.
that's the only time. Yes, out in the middle of the woods. So, so that's I guess his anniversary. So Kelly Elliott was saying we were sitting on the couch and all of a sudden my son got poked really hard. So yeah, so that's what she said. Lauren, my birthday's coming up on June 20th. Oh, well, happy birthday, belated birthday coming up. And Joanne Jackson says
Happy
thank you so
birthday.
much. So yeah, Standing Stones, you
You're
always
welcome.
miss the good stuff. So yes. So next week, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about animals. Now, what I was going to say earlier is I had an interview with a neurologist, and I did not know at the time he had abilities. And as we were talking, I caught on to him, and I was like, "Huh?" And I'm like, "Does your staff and office know what you do on the side?" And his eyes got real big, Kelly Joe. And he's like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, "You know what I mean." I'm like, "You communicate with people that
Neat.
have pets that cross over." He's like, "How did you know?" He's like, "No, nobody knows that."
You're
He's like, "I'm a neurologist. Can you
oh,
imagine that
neat.
gets out?" And I was like, "Well, that's kind of embarrassing. Too late now, isn't it?" So, but yeah, that was very interesting. So
What?
yes, and he does that on the side. And he says that he'll go places like you do, and and he will get people that's crossed over be like, hello, how are you doing? And he'll be checking into like old mansions or old bed and breakfast. And they'll come up to him like, hello, how are you? And he'll carry on a conversation. And the people and his loved ones that are with him be like, quit, you're embarrassing me. And nudge him like, act normal. Stop it. And I can't help it. They're showing me something. I'll be right back. Just check in. I'll be back. And then the guy's like, where's he going? And they're like, you got a grave, somebody buried out back. I'm like, how'd you know that? But yeah, so it's going to be very interesting, Terry, Crazy Witch. Animal stuff, yes. Parrot says hello to everybody, Agent Smith. Oh, hello, Parrot. I got a story for the next week's show. It is hilarious, but I cannot say the actual verbiage that the parrot said. It involves a church group and about kids playing hide and go seek. And you all think it's very hilarious because when I first heard about it 20-something years ago, I fell out, and it still resonates with me today. And every once in a while, I'll tell the story that actually happened. But the people that the church, people that came over for dinner, never came back to the house because of the bird. But it's good. It's all good. I say goodnight. I say goodnight to my parents and my grandparents and other family, ancestors. They do listen to you. They hear you, Lauren. It's okay to do that, isn't it, Kelly?
Yes. Yep. They can.
They really can.
Well, I thank everybody for tuning in tonight, and we'll see you next week.
Absolutely. From coast to coast and around the world, ladies and gentlemen. I wish everybody the best and Godspeed. And next week, we will talk about pets and your animals crossing over. Take care. Love you guys. Bye-bye. Bye, Kelly.
It's a grizzly.
Should we get out of here?
No. We're gonna watch and listen.
Action.
It's a grizzly.
Oh, shit, should we run?
No.
Action.
It's a grizzly.
Oh, should we run?
Okay. It's a grizzly.
Are you sure it's not a chipmunk? Action. No, I'm out of here. Action.
It's a grizzly.
I'm out of here.
Huh. Maybe it is a chipmunk. It's a grizzly.
Are we gonna die?
I don't know. We're just gonna sit here and listen and watch.
Let's get out of here, maybe.
Fall!